Hey everybody, what is up? This is Kirsten here. Welcome back to the Balanced Vibes podcast. Today we're going to talk about 5 questions to ask before you commit to a weight loss or fat loss program. Before we get to those 5 questions that you should ask, I want to invite you to join my Fit and Fueled Facebook group. It's a wonderful group. I share a lot of helpful resources there. If you have a fat loss goal, if you have a muscle building goal, if you want to stay healthy, then this is the place to be. Like I said, I share a lot of resources there and I go there live every week 3 times, right? So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm there live. And if you miss a live video, then they are always still up there. You can still watch them, catch them later on, but you have to be group member in order for you to see them. So some of the topics that we have recently covered are how to make sure that you track your foods accurately so you get the best results out of your tracking. We did a full week with like topics around menopause and perimenopause, how to make sure that you get best results out of your fat loss efforts then, because that's a little bit different time. We have done a full week on strength training, how to train properly. So there's a lot of good information in there, and I think you're going to love it. So make sure that you join the Fit and Fuel Facebook group if you want to do this muscle building or fat loss thing correctly, right? And this is not another like quick fix diet group at all. This is not what we're doing there at all. So today, like I said, we're going to talk about 5 questions to ask before you start a weight loss and fat loss program, because a good program can change your life in the best possible way. You probably lose the body fat and the body weight that you wanted. You have better muscle definition, your health is better, you feel better in your body, and all this is sustainable. Now, this is a great program. This is what everybody wants, right? Wonderful. And then there are other programs that are just like the next diet. I've done already so many of them. Maybe this one is different, but it's still a diet, and you're not going to get the results that you wanted. And then not only do you not get the results that you wanted, sometimes people even gain more weight eventually. And then the negative self-talks come in like, oh my goodness, I couldn't stick with this. Another plan. I feel like more broken than before. Nothing's ever going to work for me. Then we get into this negative self-talk pattern as well. So a good diet, I don't want to use the word diet, to say good nutrition program, good strength training program can change your life in a positive way, and a crappy one can really ruin your life for several months. So I want to make sure that you're taking the right steps. So what are then the 5 questions that I would like you to ask before you commit to a new program? Number 1, is this program individualized for me? Super important, because using cookie cutter programs is one of the biggest mistakes you could make. Everybody's going to get similar macros. Everybody's going to do the similar thing. Everybody's workouts are going to be exactly the same. This is a cookie cutter program, right? I asked my clients so many questions before I even start programming anything for them, because I want to know where they are with their health right now. As you know, health is super important for me. So it's important for me to understand, where are they calorie-wise right now? Are we eating like 1,400 calories? Are we eating 2,400 calories? A huge difference. And that will tell me what the next step is going to be. That will tell me as a coach how I should program. So now if this question is not being asked, then just jump into a cookie cutter program that says that everybody's going to eat 1,600. How does that make sense? It doesn't, right? So the program has to be individualized. And that's just one example of like one thing that I ask for my clients, for example. I also want to know their dieting history, how many diets they have tried, especially in the past 3 years, how much they have lost and gained the weight, how many times has this happened, because this will tell me what their metabolic health is like right now. I'm asking questions about their cycle. I'm asking questions about their digestion. I'm asking questions about their even their self-talk, stress reduction practices, schedules, all of that, workout habits, everything, because I want to know where you are at right now. That's the only way to give you an individualized plan, because the same stuff for everybody is not going to work. Think about how different you are from your best friend or from your sister or from your mom. How does it make sense that y'all are going to have the same workout plan, the same nutrition plan? It just doesn't make any sense to me at all. So this is the first question: is this individualized for me? Now, the second question is, do I get enough support from a coach? And I've heard people say that they kind of sort of, yeah, I think I have a coach. She's somewhere there, but I never contact her because I don't want to annoy her. And she has so many other clients and she has a family and she goes to gym and I don't think I should bother her. And if this is the relationship you have with your coach, that's not all right, because you're supposed to get the support, right? Of course, some people need less support, others need a lot of support. So you have to be able to get what you need. If you have a question that you need answered, you have to be able to ask your coach, right? If you are stuck, you have to be able to find the solution, and it's not your job to figure it out. Sometimes people start figuring things out themselves, and like, what, you have a coach for it, right? So ask for their help. This is what your coach is for. So if you feel like you annoy your coach or you bother her because she probably has hundreds of clients and a family and all that, no wonder you feel alone. It's really difficult to do this alone. And if it was super easy to do this alone, you would already be where you want to be. So having a supportive coach is really important, and getting the support that you need is really, really important. The next question to ask is there a way to track my progress? Now, I'm not talking only about this scale, right? This is what most people automatically think about. Oh yeah, I got to step on a scale. Am I down 2 pounds? Cool, I'm making progress. Am I up 2 pounds? Oh crap, I'm not making progress. No, this is not what I mean. I'm not only talking about the scale. In fact, I don't even tell all my clients to get on the scale. So if they don't have a good relationship with the scale, they don't have to get on it. But there has to be a way to still see if we are moving in the right direction. And for example, I use a document like an Excel sheet. Everything's documented there. What are your macros like? How many workouts did you do? What is your water intake like? Did you use the health hacks that I call them? Very simple things. Did you use them every single week? How many steps you got? We keep track of everything. And then we go the sheet over together, right? So this is how it works. And these are just some examples, but you have to be able to write some things down so you have something to go back to and refer to. Oh, okay. I remember like 2 weeks ago, I was on a vacation and I did this and that and did a track. Okay, it looks like that may have impacted my results. Cool, not a problem, moving on. But at least I know when I'm looking back, like why this happened, right? Or we did a macro adjustment here. Let's see, where is this going to take us? Things have to be documented and things have to be in the sheet in front of you. I like this because otherwise we're just being random. Like most people don't even remember what they ate 5 minutes ago. And now, can we try and remember what we did 2 weeks ago that may have, caused our, I don't know, inflammation go up or body weight go a certain way, right? So we have to keep track of things and document things. And the other thing that's really helpful to document is your lifts. Am I getting better? Because if you don't keep track of that, you may not even notice that you're getting a lot stronger, right? So let's say that you started your deadlifts at 50 pounds and now you're lifting 150. That's an amazing progress. But if you don't remember that you started at 50, you may not even be aware of this, like how much progress you have really, really made. So it's important to keep documentation, write things down to see, what's causing what direction we're going. So make sure that you ask, is there a way to track my progress? Is there some kind of sheet or something where I write things down? Then the fourth question that I want you to ask is, does the plan that I follow have built-in diet breaks, or is there no end point to my calorie deficit? Now, very important, and something that I talked about in the previous episode as well. There are so many programs, nutrition programs out there that just put you on a quote-unquote plan, which is a calorie deficit, and there's no talk about when is this going to end. Is this ever going to end? And in some cases, I guess that it's never going to end, because why do we then have people who have been eating 1,600 calories for 2 years already? Right? 1,600 calories is typically nobody's maintenance. I'm not going to say nobody's, but most adult women who are active need more at their maintenance, and 1,600 is their deficit. So now, if this is already our second year, at 1,600 calories, it means that there hasn't been any diet breaks. And that's why we get stuck. That's why the weight stops going down. That's why we get health issues. That's why we get like hair loss and thyroid issues and being cold all the time and starting to put on belly fat and all that fun stuff, right? So I often see women, who got macros from their coach, and now it's like 2-3 years eating the same numbers because the numbers were never adjusted. So ask before you get into this program, is there diet breaks? Are there ways when I'm eating a little bit more? Because there should be. You're not supposed to be in a low calorie place all the time. And the fifth question is, ask yourself, is what I'm doing actually healthy or is it not? So how do you know? Well, a good plan will take into account also your food quality, right? We're not only talking about quantity and we're not only talking about macros, hit your protein. Yeah, it is important to hit the protein. You hear me talk about it all the time, but also the quality. Where's the protein coming from? Are you getting red meat at least a couple of times a week? In my world, it's important. It's very, very important to get the nutrient density, right? We can't live off of just like protein powder and Greek yogurt as your protein sources. No, it's not going to work that way. So I want to make sure that you have good quality. I really love if you can add some organ meats, super important for me, fibrous vegetables, and also, not only nutrition, there are other things too. How are your organs doing? Sometimes you can tell when a person is really tired, really exhausted, dragging. Probably adrenals are overburdened because we have high cortisol, right? So how is your adrenal health? How can we improve that? And I have in my coaching ways, how to improve that. How's your liver doing? Are you always sluggish? Are your periods terrible? Do you have like constipation issues? How are these things going, right? What's your mineral balance like? Do you ever focus on stress reduction? Or is it all about just weight loss, which is what most diet plans are? It's just about weight loss. Who cares what your liver is doing? Who cares if your adrenals are burnt out? Let's just keep going, right? But if you ignore your health on that very foundational level, you're not going to get very good results because you're going to burn out sooner or later. So you have to be looking at that too. Like, is this also about my health, or is it just about the number on the scale? Right? Again, what I call the shiny object, right? Just the number on the scale. So these are the 5 questions. Let me read them one more time for you. Is this plan individualized for me? Remember, cookie cutter stuff does not work. Number 2, do I get enough support from my coach, or am I scared to bother her? Or do I never hear from her? Number 3, is there a way to keep track of my progress? Writing things down, keeping a sheet, keeping some kind of documentation. Number 4, does the plan that I follow have built-in diet breaks, or is there no end to my calorie deficit? Super important to figure that out as well. And number 5, is what I'm doing actually healthy? Is it? Or is it just about number on the scale? So I hope you ask yourself these questions before you commit to a new program. Super important because, like I said, a good program has the potential to change your life forever and in a really positive way. And the crappy program will make you feel depressed, sad, and all kinds of terrible ways for several months. And you start to believe that you're a loser, nothing's ever going to work for you. And oh my God, everybody around me is so successful. It's just me who's not. It's not true. You just picked the wrong program and didn't ask the right questions. All right. I hope this was helpful for you. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you again very soon in the next episode. Take care, you guys. Bye-bye.